magia que soñé. De un mal sueño desperté y aquí te tengo. No quiero dejarte de mirar para convencerme que eres real. Acá no saco más una que soñé. De un mal sueño desperté y aquí te tengo. No quiero dejarte de mirar para convencerme que eres real. Acá no saco más una Que soñé, de un mal sueño desperté y aquí te tengo. No quiero dejarte de mirar para convencerme que eres real. Acá no está con las palabras.
from Pro Futsal in Mount Evelyn, Victoria. And up first for you, we have our first semi-final between Fitzroy, the runners-up in Group B, and the Group A winners, the champions from New South Wales, Hakoah. Both these teams impressed in the group. Hakoah undefeated, 3 wins and a draw. Fitzroy 3 wins and a loss. They will be in their white kits, as you can see on screen there. We've got a big game in store after this. We've got our second semi-final between Mountain Magic and the Boomerangs from the ACT. Joining me in the commentary box, as he has been all tournament, is Nesta Fonseca. Welcome, Nesta.
Thanks, Alex. Very excited. Probably the moment we've been all waiting for. Semi-finals. And 2 of the most organized teams, as far as we can see here from distance. Fitzroy and Hakoah. So it's all set up for a great semi-final. Looking forward to it. We'll see the lineups in a minute.
Yeah, indeed. So the teams have taken to the court. Hakoah in their yellow shirts today. Fitzroy will be tacking to the left of screen, as they will get us underway in just a few moments. Referees for this one, Tamim Hussaini, Gareth Biggs, and the third referee, Matteo Calagaro. And it'll be Corey Sewell to kick us off, standing over the ball there. And we are underway in this first semi-final between Hakoah and Fitzroy, as Sewell gets the early possession there. He's forced back. Fornito pegs in to win it. Andre Caro with the last-ditch tackle there to prevent a one-on-one very early on. And now Hakoah with the ball. So the lineup for Hakoah, we've got Tom McGowan, Daniel Fornito, Noah Felix, as they take this kick in here, which goes harmlessly out. Mitchell Lowe. We've got De Faria in goal. We've got James Reid, Ethan DeMello, George Lethbridge, Robert Ezekiel, the captain, Gillard Sward, Jonathan Bartel, and Lucas Brandon. A very strong lineup, as always, for Hakoah and Fitzroy, with Michael Newen, James Sufis, Tyler Lewis, the backup keeper, Scott Rogan, their leading goal scorer, Peter Tambrino, their first choice keeper, Josh Allen, Arturo Garzon, Gerardo Soto, Andre Caro, Abdurak Ahmed, Abed Chandab, and Corey Sewell, the number 11, the big target. As Fornito probes, looks to switch the play, but well intercepted there by Allen, reading that ball across the face early and knocking it out of play. Nesta, your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, so Fitzroy looking to line up with probably the strongest players on paper at least. And Hakoah with a mix. Fornito first starting the tournament, for what I remember. Brandao didn't play in the last match.
No, I think they saved him for this one. They were already through, so they did try to rotate quickly, and they played the last 10 minutes with 5th man, just trying to take the sting out of the game, as Scott Rogan here looks to create something to Sewell. But it's picked off in a chance for Fornito running down the line. Shot blocked well by Scott Rogan, though. Now it's with Caro. Hakoah in possession here with Tom McGowan there. And now the long ball, well read by Scott Rogan, getting back to intercept that. And he launches another attack. Now Andre Caro up against Fornito. Two very famous names in Australian futsal. go head-to-head at that occasion there. Now it's Rogan up against Fornito. Just decides to play this one back.
And I mean, I presume the strategy for Hakoah, as you can see, first set of subs, only after, was it 4 minutes? Three minutes?
Barely 3 minutes.
Their strategy, put high pressure, make the Fitzroy boys work, and keep the rotations going. Something they worked well so far. And Fitzroy will have to really dig deep here. I'm not sure about the depth coming into this game, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think Hakoah probably been the team that's had the most rotations, and they haven't really relied on one or two players. Everyone's sort of spread the load. There's an early chance here, saved by Tambrino in the follow-up. Blocked this time, asked for a penalty. Ezekiel asking for a penalty, not given, but a couple of block shots there. Hakoah with some early warning signs as Sewell can't hold that one up. Now it's back to Ezekiel. Good tackle there from Caro. Now we start again with DeMello and Reed. Back to DeMello. Can he take on? He's up against Andre Caro. Tries to cut in on the left foot, does well, but just knocks it too far in front of Tambrino. Does well to collect that. Fitzroy regained the ball.
And Hakoah with the ball, try to pass the ball quickly, get a lot of movement off the ball, make the Fitzroy defense work, make them run. Is something that will certainly help them in the long run.
Now Scott Rogan looks to take on down the line. Can't beat Ezekiel, but also had Ethan DeMello covering there. So good setup there defensively from Hakoah as we see this replay here with his previous chance. With a couple of fine blocks there. That second one from Andre Caro potentially saving a goal. High pressure there from Fitzroy, from Corey Sewell, and just forcing a nothing long ball down the line, and Fitzroy will get the ball back. But you can see Hakoah straight away step up, right up here. And they're not going to let Fitzroy play out of this easily. So Andre Caro gets the ball, plays first time. That's a great ball from Caro to Sewell, but he doesn't get anything on that ball.
Here is the transition.
Sewell gets back to it. Now it's with DeMello. Neat little exchange there. Ezekiel does well to recover that loose ball. And now it's with DeMello again. Fires a shot in. Good save by Tambrino.
Sewell for Fitzroy is going to be a very important player, in my opinion, for this match. He's obviously their target man. And as Hakoah puts pressure in defense, he'll be the man to potentially be able to release that pressure.
They will need a big performance from him today, as Hakoah have an opportunity on a side ball here.
You can see the trend of this match. It's a few shots on target already and here's another one.
Fine save again by Tambrino. He's been tested early. Some very sharp interplay there for Hakoah, leading to that chance. And now Fitzroy come the other end. It's Allen, look to get on his left foot, plays it across. Scott Rogan onto the back post, and there's the opening goal. Fitzroy take the lead against the run of play in the first 7 minutes. Lovely transition there. Josh Allen setting up Scott Rogan, and his ball to the back post, finished by Corey Sewell. Fantastic start for Fitzroy.
First shot on target, actually first shot for Fitzroy on first attempt in attack, and they converted. So,
well, very good team on the transition. They got a lot of pace going forward there, especially with Rogan, Allen.
And I mean, considering players are fresh for Hakoah, they need to follow the players and just do the basics in defense. They can allow these opportunities to Fitzroy. Here's the target again. Play across. And it was Rogan running by himself on the back post.
Obviously, Fitzroy this morning haven't had a group game. They finished yesterday, so while obviously Hakoah managed their way through the game, Fitzroy have had a nice rest this morning up until now, so they will be full of energy as well. Might play into their hands a little bit.
Here's Cara for his first rest of the match. Garson.
And a chance for another break here. Rogan pinches it. Rogan plays it across to Allen, but great tracking back there to intercept that from Mitchell Lau. But Fitzroy looking very dangerous on the quick transitions, Nesta.
They are, and obviously they go fast plays, and they capitalizing on Hakoah's urgency. So they need to try to stay calm, Hakoah. Keep moving the ball and wait for the good chances. Any mistake could mean another goal from Fitzroy.
Yeah, you don't want to find yourself 2-0 down in a semi-final. It's a long hill to climb. So almost 10 minutes gone in the first half. Fitzroy here up 1-0. Goal from Corey Sewell. As Fornito looks to feed in Swartz. Good tackle there though. And it does take a final touch off Swartz, so it's going to be Fitzroy ball with Peter Tambrino here.
Still haven't seen Brandon on yet for Hakoah. One of the players that certainly caught our eye in the first set of games.
Tom McGowan, they're trying to make a run down the line, but Corey Sewell gets back to snuff out the danger. Good defending from him, but a chance here on the side ball. As Lau collects, looks to shoot. Good shot, just over the bar. A decent chance there for Hakoah. It's back with Tamburino. High line again from Hakoah, so Tamburino tries to play in behind. Good goalkeeping there, though, out very early there to intercept that long ball. Good work from De Fria. Now it's with Sewell, pressured straight away, though. No time on the ball, does well to turn. Gets past one. Garzon loses that now. It's Fornito on the break. Slides it through to Lau. Gets on his left foot. Well blocked by Scott Rogan. Very intense start to this match.
Fantastic work here by the Fitzroy players. They're working very hard. Some of them have played already nearly 12 minutes straight. Rogan and Sewell. Another set of subs there. It is DeMello back on. Here is Rogan. He's certainly doing really well today. He's one of the players that we expect to step up for these kind of games. Ezekiel back on.
Now to DeMello. Back to Ezekiel. A lot of movement here off the ball. Swartz. Chance here, though. Half chance. Abdi. And he just drags it wide. Tries to chip De Faria. Now the long ball over the top. It's going to be too long. And Tambrino will collect that. As him and Swartz there collide. Now another long ball from Tambrino. They're trying to exploit that space in behind with Hakoah's high line. Chance here. Shot spilled by Tamburino. And now cleared by Soto. Still half a chance here. DeMello trying to get it out of his feet. Well done there. No foul given. Hakoah thought they should have one, but now it's Rogan. Switches it wide. Quick switch there to Abdi Ahmed.
Fitzroy playing a very smart game. They obviously know the strength of Hakoah. He seems like a well-studied performance so far.
Soto try and take Reed down the line. Running out of real estate So Hakoah will restart us with Ezekiel, the captain, on the ball. Exchanges passes with Reed. Just looking for a pass through the middle, nothing there, so just goes laterally. Just a couple more short interchange there with DeMello. A lot of support on the ball here for Hakoah. Now they break the line, look to feed DeMello, but Scott Rogan intervenes.
That's it, in my opinion, is what they have to keep trying to do. Try to move the ball, make them work, and obviously they have less ups as far as we can see, so eventually they're going to start allowing some more space. And
definitely something to factor in for this match. And whether Fitzroy's core players who are playing the longer minutes can keep this intensity up for all 44 minutes.
And we've seen this before with Boomerang especially, where they sit deep in defense and try to absorb the pressure and counter-attack. And in some of those occasions, the opponents made it easier for them.
So under 8 minutes to go now in the first half. Fitzroy up 1-0. Corey Sewell scored the opening goal. It's been the only shot on target so far to Hakoah's 2. But in there just matters how many of them go in, and Fitzroy have taken the chance that's come their way. Good intensity there, good press from Garzon on Reed. Reed does well to keep possession, still battling. And Garzon again recovers to make a great challenge.
Could have just played the keeper there, just risking losing the ball.
So you can have Fornito back on after a sub. Tries to go past Josh Allen. Not able to get past the youngster there, but he will retain the ball from the side.
We can see the change of mindset since the goal. Fitzroy looking more confident. And probably the opposite for Hakoah. They're looking a little bit rushy.
Tamburino sends one long. Now there's a chance, half chance here. Scott Rogan is through, cuts it to Josh Allen, and he misses. Wonderful chance there on the break again.
Fitzroy doing well in keeping the ball in the opponent's half. And
Lynch there trying to find the back post runner in Lau. Just a little bit too much on it though, and a chance just to pause for a second and for the players to regain their breath after a frantic few minutes. Good long ball there. Corey Sewell, strong hold up played. Waiting for support to arrive. Now turns onto his left. He's double teamed here though. Still fighting for it, and he still keeps it. Great work there by Sewell, and I think he's managed to win the side ball. Fantastic target play there, Nesta.
Absolutely, he's doing a lot of work. And as we discussed before, he's going to be a very important player for Fitzroy in this match.
So already 6 shots blocked by Fitzroy. So obviously just highlighting the hard work they're doing to close any shooting angles and really not give Hakoah an easy look at goal. They've had 9 attempts and 6 of them blocked. So really good intensity there so far from Fitzroy. Rogan now with it. Caro back on.
Ball to target. Unfortunately, he couldn't control it, but it's clear their strategy. Try to hit target as quick as possible.
Ball over the top. Trying to find Lynch, but again, Tamburino is there to mop up. And Caro with it. Switches flanks to Allen. Up against the defender there in McGowan, and now it's Rogan against Fornito, looks to cut inside, now turns him down the line, Good work by Rogan, but just not enough space there to do much after getting quite advanced down that flank. And there was enough cover there for Hakoah to get rid of the danger. Back with Fornito, Lynch.
I wonder what's the condition of Brandao. He would obviously be an important player here as a target.
Here. Allen intercepts that wayward ball. There's a good chance there for Fitzroy. Now it's back with Allen again as intercepts another one. Good pirouette turn there. Releases Caro, lays it back off to Sewell. Great save by De Faria. Great transition again there from Fitzroy. Linking up really nicely there.
And as you mentioned earlier, Fitzroy playing his or their first game of the day. And I could probably say that he's noticeable.
Cheaply lost by Rogan there to DeMello. DeMello stays on his feet, gets past him. Ball still in. Caro manages to find Sewell now, and there's a chance on the break here. Corey Sewell takes a shot left foot, but drags it wide. Nine shots apiece now, 2 on target each. Fitzroy with the all-decisive strike for now, though. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half, as that ball does go out.
A lot of mistakes by Hakoah.
Caro to bring it back in. Sewell comes around to support. Caro tries to go towards the back post, but it's intercepted. Chance now for Ezekiel. 1-on-1 against Sewell. Tries cut it on the left foot, shoots. Good block by Sewell, though. Now Rogan wins it, and Fitzroy release. Chance for them to create something. Good ball from Sewell to Rogan. Rogan goes for the chip. Rogan again, it's hit inside of the post and it's come back out. Great chance there for Fitzroy to double their lead. DeMello now cuts it across. Opening here to the back post and missed on the back post. Blazing over from point blank range. A wonderful chance there to level it up. Ball here with Ezekiel. No options there. Decides to go back, restart the play.
Fantastic recovery by Sewell after losing the ball.
Good pressure there from Fitzroy, and they've won it again. 2-on-1 chance, but Garzon pass to Allen is too long. But there was a half chance there to get a second. They did well to win the ball.
They've done really well in those forcing those transitions, and they really need to try to make them count.
They've had some good chances now, Fitzroy, so they feel like they may have had a second goal for their efforts. They've come close a few times as Garzon now intercepts and he's taken out late, but there's going to be an advantage play. No, they will be brought back now. The late tackle there, the referee giving the foul, as you can see. Referee Tamim Husseini, a FIFA accredited futsal referee, one of the few in the country, so have got one of the best here controlling this game, as Garzon is still down after that late tackle. I wonder if there will be a card. There will be to Swartz for that late challenge, probably justified there. And now Brandon is on, Lucas Brandon, number 41. So finally we see him today. Important target player for Hakoah, adds a different element and dimension to their play.
Absolutely. I presume he's been injured or something like that, because we haven't seen him today at all. And it's only the last minute of the match, so.
Chance here. Ezekiel tries to lay it back off into the path. of Bartel, but Scott Rogan's there to pick up that loose ball. DeMello brings it in now. Brandon on the ball for the first time. DeMello, good pass there, and Brandon, good block. 2 blocks there by Rogan. And it is half-time. A very entertaining and pulsating first half. Some good futsal on show. And Fitzroy will head into the break with the upper hand, courtesy of a Corey Sewell strike. We'll be back with you shortly for the second half after these messages. Welcome back to the second half here of our first semi-final of the 22 AFCC. Played at Pro Futsal in Mount Evelyn, Victoria. And currently we have Fitzroy from Victoria up by 1-0 against Hakoah from New South Wales. The goal courtesy of Corey Sewell on a quick transition set up by Scott Rogan. We are set for the second half now. Hakoah to kick us off in the yellow kit's gone to the left of screen, and straight away Lucas Brandon takes Allen down the line. Tries to get across. Curra makes a block. Still a chance here for Hakoah. Curra does well to clear. Side ball, and a good opportunity here for Hakoah to make something happen early on.
Again, another set piece from the kickoff for Hakoah. I think it's the second time they tried this one. Here is the Mellow. High pressure by Hakoah again in this second half.
Rogan now on the ball here, slowing things down a bit.
Looks like Hakoah has been made aware about the target play. So, oh, and here's a chance. Oh, great save.
Good save there by Tambrino. DeMello thought he had the equaliser. He was in a good position there, but a good save by the keeper, making himself big between the sticks.
Absolutely, as we see the mistake there. And a good chance for Hakoah.
Chance there, blocked on the line by Scott Rogan. It's another side ball opportunity here. Barzell to take Mello. DeMello finds Ezekiel. Back to Barzell to Brandon. Fitzroy well set up here. Now there's a slight opening here. Allen does well to win the tackle, though now can launch a counter-attack. But it's stolen back by Barzell. Chance here, shot, and it's an equaliser. There is the equaliser. It's 1-1. 3 minutes into the second half. Barzell there dispossessing Allen and then firing into the roof of the net from about 10 yards out, leaving with Tambrino with very little chance there.
And Allen does well in the first place, winning that 1-on-1, but then loses the ball in another 1-on-1 and then leave his team exposed. It was a good shot there by the Hakoah player. Great start for Hakoah. I mean, early goal, so it levels up things. So we'll see how is Fitzroy going to react to this.
And McGowan on the ball to Reed. Manages to find some space there behind the first defensive line as they keep possession. And now they switch it out across on the left foot. Their shot from Fornito rattles the crossbar.
Fornito with his signature move, cutting in.
Hakoah definitely started the better of the two, and that early goal has got them up and about. They've upped the ante here, so to see Fitzroy can respond and step up as well, as another shot there is blocked by Rogan this time off Fornito, and a chance on the break here, but Fornito manages to come in and smother the would-be ball over the top by Rogan.
Hakoah sitting back a bit, at least from the start of the set pieces, try to avoid that ball, get to target. They know Fitzroy managed to reach or to pass the ball to target easily in the first half. Is something they had to try to improve the second half.
We see Fornito subs off for DeMello as Tambrino now goes long but De Ferrer reads that quickly and is out to win the header and not allow Andre Caro to get that ball under control. Good goalkeeping there, just not allowing the chance to develop, and that's a big part of having such a smart goalkeeper back there. As Caro looks for the back post, the loose ball spills to Sewell, who fires over the bar.
Fantastic effort by Rogan. He's played full match so far. Here is Caro for his first break.
Scarzon checks in, number 12. Allen to take this side ball. Goes down the line, tries to find Sewell. Does well to get under control, gets a shot off. Looking for that near post. But it's wide off the upright. And De Ferrer will bring it back in. He's going to go long. Tries to find some space in behind. There's a touch on it from McGowan. But his touch is not enough to direct the ball in on goal. So Allen now to Garzon. Rogan. Hakoah stepping up straight away, and Ferrer once again clears the line. McGowan, Rogan in a tussle there. Rogan will win that challenge and earn himself a side ball.
Fantastic effort there, Rogan.
Good work there from McGowan to cut across and intercept that pass intended for Sewell, and then keep possession for his team from this side ball as he now checks out for a break.
Here are the subs coming for Hakoah.
Reed on, Lau on. Reed straight away in the action, tries to cut inside. Still going, but triple team there by Fitzroy. Now Corey still gets a loose ball, chance for a break here. Hakoah get back quickly though, and Reed wins it off him. But illegally, says the second referee, as he gives a free kick. Gareth Biggs there making the call. Now it's with Rogan, played quickly, gets it onto his left. But Swartz does well to block his attempted pass to Sewell.
It's a clear foul. He went for the man. He could have just sort of passed the ball back to his teammate. Or
Garzon now in a bit of trouble here against Ezekiel. Good block by Ezekiel. Dangerous moment there for Fitzroy. Don't want to be making a mistake in that area. Their first goal that they conceded also came from losing possession in their own half. As Sewell now in a strong battle there, does well to maintain it against Ethan DeMello's shot comes in from Gerardo Soto. Left foot shot flashes across the goal face and out for a keeper ball. DeMello finds the goal scorer Barzell, but not able to do much with it as Sewell wins the ball back for Fitzroy. Now it's with Rogan as they look to attack. 1-on-1 against Ezekiel. Switches it across. Soto. Ball down the line. Good ball to Sewell. Now to Rogan. Moving it well here, forcing Hakoah to work and defend. Strong effort there from Swartz against two. Still with Fitzroy there now. There's a chance. It's with Rogan and a good block by Barzell. Intensity's picked up the last few minutes, Nesta.
absolutely. I mean, both teams need to get the next goal, so they know that could determine the fate of this game. So it is time to give it all.
Long range shot there from Sewell off target, not troubling the goalkeeper. Now Hakoah, Fornito back on. Look to make an impact to Ezekiel. Scott Barzell here on the opposite flank, switches it to him. Lucas Brandon back on now as well. So chance here for Hakoah to utilise the shooting prowess of Brandon and Fornito. As Barzell gets it, but Soto pokes it away for a side ball. Fornito looking to get on the action here. Uses Brandon up against Sewell. Now back to Fornito. Just happy to exchange a couple of passes here. Brandon goes down the line. Tries to shoot across goal, but Sul gets an important touch on it to divert it for a corner.
This is probably the best setup for both teams, really, for Hakoah. Try to have the ball in the opposition's half, move it around, just be close to goal.
Shot comes
Great
in there,
shot.
quick shot from Ezekiel. Good save by Tambrino, and then a foul given away there by Ezekiel, clattering into the back of Garzon.
On the other hand, it's also good for Fitzroy to defend deep. It's the way they scored the first goal.
So here is with Hakoah. Ezekiel. Fornito switches the play to Brandon. Good little layoff there to Ezekiel, but Sul in position there to block that attempted pass. Trying to find Barzell on the back post. But Fitzroy not allowing that decisive diagonal ball through, and now get possession back on the side ball as Corey Sul comes off for a well-earned break. Rogan now goes long for Ahmed, but too long. Faria cleans up. Fornito now on the right. Double team there though, well one back. Great work by Ahmed there. The number 30 for Fitzroy wins a free kick as well. Just relieve some pressure off his team for a few seconds here.
It's incredible the agility of Fornito, player of his size, be able to go down and slide like that and go straight back up.
Soto to Rogan, finds Rogan with a good ball. Rogan puts too much on it though. He had Abdi Ahmed on the back post, but his left foot pass was way too high on that occasion. Maybe a little bit of fatigue from Rogan. I don't think he's been off yet this match.
Absolutely.
And it's in those fine moments there where that accumulated fatigue starts to play a role. Maybe if he was a bit fresher, it's a better ball across and maybe a goal scoring chance. As Soto looks to take on down the line.
I mean, it looks like we're getting to the point where none of the two teams want to take any risk. They're all happy to move the ball around, see if there's anything that can be taken, but it's no more risk taken. Nice dribble by Soto. And here's the goal!
Fitzroy retake the lead. Gerardo Soto with the goal. With just under 9 minutes on the clock. Good dribble down the line to beat Reed. And then the toe poke finish slips through the hands of De Fria, who's been so good today in this tournament. But that mistake could prove crucial as Fitzroy retake the lead now with Gerardo Soto. And now Lucas Brandon up against Allen. 3 covering there though. And then Brandon lunges in late. Bit of frustration there, obviously, from the Hakoah man, as he's going to sub himself off now. But a big change of events there.
Fantastic effort there by Gerardo Soto. He's obviously identified Hakoah is pressing high and there is often no support in defense. It's the second or third dribble in a row he attempted down the line. And managed to score like that.
Well done by Rogan there to Ahmed. And now it's with Allen. Half chance here. Allen tries to square it across, but it's well intercepted by Swartz. Great tackle there, though, by Arturo Garzon to stop the transition. Allen giving away the ball there in a dangerous transition opportunity for Hakoah. Here's DeMello now on the ball. Good intercept there from Garzon again, but it's still with Swartz now. Hakoah reload. They need at least one more goal to stay alive in this tournament. As Swartz will give away another foul. So they're starting to pile up these fouls a little bit as Garzon wins it again. Under 7 minutes to go now. In this first semi-final, Fitzroy 2, Hakoah 1 for a spot in the grand final this afternoon against either Mountain Magic or the Boomerangs from the ACT.
Fantastic effort by Fitzroy. Very smart and calculated performance.
Caro back in now. He's had an extended break and he should be fresh for these last 6.5 minutes. You'd think Fitzroy would want him out there to try and close this game out. There's a chance there for Barzell. Not sure if that was a shot or attempted pass to Ezekiel, but either way ends up as a Fitzroy ball, and Tambrino is going to just take a couple extra seconds here and then bring it back in as he spills it. Now goes long to Sewell. Good header across. And Hakoah here play their way out of trouble eventually. Now it's Ezekiel, forced wide though by Allen, and he does well to block that.
Great commitment in defense by Fitzroy. All players running back and set up the defense quickly.
Lau now, Barzell, Ezekiel. He's played a lot of minutes, the captain. Tries to find that ball through to Lau, but again well defended by Fitzroy. Now Scott Rogan, first man up against DeMello. Despite having been on the court for 100% of the time, Rogan's still one of the first players out there to press the ball and not allow much time or space for the Hakoah ball carriers.
Fantastic physical effort there by Rogan.
Allen to take the kick. Rogan. Eventually Fitzroy managed to recover it after almost giving it away there in the middle. Now it's back with Rogan. Sewell back on. So you would think this lineup here of Sewell, Rogan, Allen and Caro will be the team they'd want to close the game out with. They've all had a break in the last 6 or 7 minutes, except for Rogan. And they'll be hoping that that's the team, their starting team, to finish them off this game.
I mean, there's probably a timeout coming soon from Hakoah as they will set up the fifth man.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if they don't opt for that. We saw them playing fifth man earlier today, so they have a couple of different setups up their sleeve with that. There's now the ball from Tambrino to Sewell. Great hold-up play against Fornito, who's back on the court now. They're going to need their most dangerous players on the court for these last 4 minutes as they try and find an equaliser and extend this game into potentially into extra time. So McGowan now, Brandon, 3 fresh players on now as Brandon comes back in as well. Fornito, McGowan all in. It's Brandon and Reed as well. They've made 4 changes there, so they're going to need this as Fornito tries to carve up an opening, but his shot is blocked for a corner.
3.5 minutes, no fifth man yet.
It was Barzell in the last game who played the fifth man, so they have taken him off. He's probably getting ready. There's a chance though here. Great save by Tambrino. Nice little 1-2 there from Hakoah. Fornito on the end of it. His right foot shot though well smothered by Tambrino, who was out early to close the angle.
That
Corner now and a
Oh,
chance.
another chance.
McGowan blazing over the bar. It was a good half chance there for them. Just had to hit the target from there and test the keeper as Caro goes long, but only as far as Defria now. Hakoah restart as Defria looks to the sideline, indicating that they're going to make a change soon and to let him know so he can swap for the fifth man. Good pressure there from Allen, forcing Reed back, and now Rogan again pressing high, and Brandon just runs himself into trouble there and gives the ball back to Fitzroy. 2.5 minutes on the clock. Fitzroy 2, Hakoah 1 in the semi-final. It's a cheap giveaway by Allen. Andre Caro is there to cover for him, but a needless error there from Josh Allen Nesta in the closing minutes. Just unnecessary risk-taking.
Yeah, probably a bit of experience there. Composure to just to avoid a mistake in those danger areas.
And now they're going to make the change to the fifth man for the last 2 minutes. And it is Barzell that checks in. DeMello's back in now as well. Ezekiel's back in. Fornito. So this is their strongest five that they could possibly have, you'd think. They have 2 minutes to try and find a way through. It's Barzell. McGowan playing as the last man there now. Fornito. Good block by Rogan. Ball spills. Shot by Sewell. McGowan's there to block though. And great intervention by Barzell to nip it away from Allen. McGowan doing well there to provide cover. As we have a timeout here now with 1:19 left on the clock. Remember, the last minute is stop clock as well. But a great team performance by Fitzroy so far, and they've defended brilliantly. They've kept their intensity up for most of the match. And they are just 1:19 away from qualifying for their first ever AFCC Grand Final, which will be played at 4 o'clock Melbourne time today at Pro Futsal in Mount Evelyn.
I mean, fantastic performance by Fitzroy. Well studied, knew the strengths of Hakoah, and they stuck to the plan.
Andre Kara just instructing his troops there as well. Their most experienced player. He'll definitely have a few things to say. He's been in these situations before, defending fifth man in important games.
Absolutely. I mean, he knows Miles very well as well. They played together for years. So.
The side ball here from Fitzroy. Caro with a shot. Well saved by De Faria. Allen again to Caro with another shot. Corey Sewell holds up, lays it off to Caro. Caro shoots. Amazing block there by DeMello. Sliding across to block it. Now it's with Fornito. DeMello as they slow it down just to get the fifth man on. Under a minute to go now. Stop clock time here. McGowan, Fornito, McGowan. You're going to have to move it a bit quicker here. They're not really making Fitzroy work hard at all. They're not moving the defence much. But now, half chance here. Good block. 2 players out, Rogan and Sewell. Now it's Barzell. McGowan switches it out. DeMello. One there by Rogan. There's a chance here on the break. Scott Rogan. Great recovery there from Fornito.
Hakoah obviously trying to use the strength of Fornito, and
Allen in the corner now. Can he keep the ball? Cuts it back across. It's given away though. There's a chance in the counter-attack. DeMello. Ezekiel coming in on the back post. There's Ezekiel. What a recovery from Scott Rogan. After playing 44 minutes, he still manages to make that run back from the other side of the court and slide away to potentially save the game for Fitzroy here in the dying seconds. It is stop clock time. We are in the last 30 seconds of the match. As there's a pause in the game just to wipe off the sweat of the court where Rogan made that last ditch intervention. Time running out for Hakoah though. The Group A winners undefeated up until now. Only have a few seconds left to get a goal back and take this game into extra time and keep their tournament hopes alive. Here's a set piece. Comes through Fornito. Is there a chance here? Fornito, great save by Tamburino and cleared by Corey Sewell. Wonderful save from Tamburino there. Barzell goes long. Great win there in the air from Josh Allen. Fornito now on this. Fornito with a shot. He almost found Barzell, and that is the game. That is the game. Fitzroy are through to the final. They have beaten Hakoah 2-1 in a very entertaining match. A fantastic team display by Fitzroy. They are through to their first final. Hakoah, after winning the Group A, will be bitterly disappointed. They came into the game as slight favourites for many, but a great team performance from Fitzroy ultimately is enough to see them through. Goals from Gerardo Soto and Corey Sewell, either side of a Barzell goal for Hakoah. Next up we have Mountain Magic and the Boomerangs in the second semi-final to see who is going to play against Fitzroy.
I mean, there's so many different things to highlight here. I'll say first the performance of the two goalkeepers. Tamburino pulling some fantastic saves. Probably some of them made the difference today. That'll be one. Of course, the tactical setup of Fitzroy, well-studied performance, very disciplined, and in the end that paid off. And lastly, I'll say they were a bit more opportunistic. You know, they had a few counter-attacks. They capitalized on probably the first shot on target they had.
Yep.
And they realized there was space down the line to dribble, and they used a fresh player like Gerardo Soto to utilize that.
Yep,
he tried a few times and got a goal through there. That was enough to win the game.
We're just going to cut to an interview here with Scott Rogan.
So we're going to go with probably man of the match. I mean, he's played 40 minutes as far as I remember.
44.
44, sorry, yeah. So that's a lot of minutes to play. So we'll see what he has to say.
All right, we've got Scott Rogan here from Fitzroy Pro Futsal Mount Evelyn. Scott, congratulations on making it through to the grand final. How are you feeling?
First of all, thank you. Yeah, pretty great, man. We started off this tournament with a loss, our first game. So, you know, we were a bit down after that, but then we thought, look, tournament's not over, and it never is after the first game. And so we just set a challenge each game. We're not focusing on one game at a time, that's it. And then win, and then get to semi. Unbelievable semi, Hakoah. Very great team. They kept us on our toes that whole game, but we got through in the end. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, you guys had a very, very strong, very massive scorelines this tournament. After that first loss, what do you think you guys have been doing right this whole tournament?
Just moving the ball. I mean, most of the goals we get, it's not like one person doing something magical. It's just get it, pass, move, rotate around, create our chances, counter-attacks, all the little things that we work on in training, and it shows the training pays off because it works on the court.
Well, I have some very exciting players on the field. I'm looking forward to seeing more. So all the best for the grand final, man. See you there.
Thank you.
So thank you there, Alvin, on the court with Scott Rogan. Probably one of the players of the match. Fantastic effort.
Yeah, he had a great impact throughout. I mean, defensively, he was sensational and obviously set up the first goal on the break with that ball to Sewell, but he was instrumental, and that's why he was there for 100% of the game.
But as you say, a massive collective effort, and just as Boomerangs has shown in the past, teamwork is very important in futsal. So congratulations to Fitzroy, first finalist. So we're gonna go on a short break, and we'll be back in 3 minutes with the second semi-final, Mountain Magic and Boomerangs.
Dejemos todo el miedo atrás. Contigo quiero hasta el fin.
Welcome back, everyone. After that short break, we are live at Pro Futsal in Mount Evelyn, Victoria for the second semi-final between Group B winners Mountain Magic in their traditional all-green kits up against tournament debutants, the Boomerangs from the Australian Capital Territory. They were the second team out of Group A, and both of these teams now playing for a spot in the final against Fitzroy, who just knocked off Hakoah in a well-fought semi-final by 2-1. ACT in their blue shirts today, and probably the surprise packet of the tournament. Joining me in the commentary box as always, Nestor Fonseca. Welcome, Nestor, and give us your thoughts on this game.
Thanks, Alex, and welcome everyone. Second semi-final here. Mountain Magic has played some great futsal, especially early on in the competition, and Boomerangs have been showing a fantastic team display across the whole tournament. So it is exciting to see what is going to happen here. So Magic with Captain Jordan Guerrero leading the troops. He's played a lot of minutes in this tournament. He's had a fantastic set of games. He's definitely one of the players that was expected to step up here. Game on the way. It is Boomerangs with a kickoff. So obviously, as we've seen in the group stages, first shot here. Boomerangs happy to sit back, defend deep, try to support in defense as much as possible. Oh, and a great shot there. Let's see if that works out for them here. Good block there. They are probably the team with the most blocks in defense in the tournament. Something that will probably confirm later on. You can see they try to always keep shape and try to stop those balls getting through the middle. Always a player on each side of the ball. It is a massive effort physically. It's a lot of running to do. Try to keep the ball on one side of the court. He's the second player coming to support. So Mountain Magic will really need to move that ball and make them work and set themselves up well for shots. Here was the mistake. Jamie Deba, rather say, starting off the bench, as well as Barbera. And here is the effort to keep the player on one of the sides of the court. We'll see how Boomerangs will physically handle this game. They have some tough games in the group stages. A lot of players play long minutes. And in these kind of tournaments, it is a big factor the physicality and the amount of games, amount of minutes, the size of the squads.
Oh, for sure, Nesta. They've got the 2 goalkeepers and 8 court players, so the depth will be tested as they have an early look here.
I mean, we saw early on Fitzroy taking down Hakoah.
Good work there by Jordan Guerrero to intercept that pass first and then break through on the transition and win himself a free kick. He's been one of the standout players of this tournament, Jordan Guerrero.
Oh, that's a great chance, a fantastic save.
Collins, the goalkeeper for the Boomerangs, has, for me, probably been the best goalkeeper this tournament. He's his team have really needed him, and he's stepped up in all the big occasions, and I think they had the best defensive record in the group stage, partly because of his efforts.
Absolutely, and I mean, in their style of defense, goalkeeper plays a big part of that defensive setup, so he works really well with the style of defense. Jordan, probably one of the MVP nominees for me. I'm not sure where he's at.
Definitely. He's the leading goal scorer coming into this match with 6 goals. And he's also chipped in with 4 assists, which is good for second overall. Jamie Dibb leads the competition in assists, tied for 6 with Andre Caro.
Jamie Dibb and Andre Caro?
Yeah, with 6. And then it's Guerrero with 4. Guerrero leads the competition with 6 goals, ahead of Scott Rogan, who has 5, and Reece Buick from Gold Coast, who scored 5 in the group stage as well, despite Gold Coast being eliminated.
All fantastic players. I'm sure if the Futsaroos are to come back this year, they are all in consideration.
100% you would think so, for sure. And obviously Rogan and Buick quite young as a chance comes in here. I mean, even Jordan is still very young in futsal terms, so...
I mean, he's obviously, I presume he's under 30, Jordan.
Yes, yeah.
He's under 30. 25, 26. Oh, that's very young. Oh, great here. Mistake.
Chance Guerrero, good save by Collins. Once again, coming to his team's rescue. Great goalkeeping there by Ashley Collins, wearing the number 19 throughout the tournament. Now Guerrero lays it back off. Fraser with a shot. Sorry, not Fraser. Purvis there, my mistake, number 3. As ACT restart the play with Darwich. 3 assists for him. That leads the Boomerangs in that department. He's been a very important player for them.
Here's Barbera on for Magic.
So half chance here. Attempted shot is blocked. That was James Ward on the turn, but a good block.
Here's Jamie Dibb getting ready to...
So Guerrero down the line. Left foot shot Guerrero going wide. But you can see the attention they're paying to their Nest. As he goes for the dribble, he had support down the line. There was defensive support down the line and inside the middle. Effectively almost a triple team of sorts. So they know the importance of Guerrero, and they have to be able to limit his damage to have a chance of progressing today. As Barbera gets the ball on the break, gets past one, puts it across the face of goal. Jamie Dibb was making a late run in, but wasn't able to connect with that ball by Barbera, and the Boomerangs survived that transition.
Fantastic counter-attack there by Magic. Barbera with the steal. He's got a lot of pace too. The left footer. He's a fantastic player. 2 ways I see, or 2 different channels of successful attacking from Magic. Obviously the transition as we just saw, stealing the ball and try to get that quick counter attack. Second one, probably try to get a lot of possession, move the ball around and make the defensive. Oh, brilliant save there.
Collins again with a fine save, and again it's Jordan Guerrero causing problems, cutting in onto his left foot, unleashing a powerful shot.
And we saw in that occasion the top player wasn't in position, so that allowed Jordan to get that space for a shot.
Another chance of goal there, this time from Fraser, but well blocked again. ACT in that occasion were quick to get on top of that shot and block it, and again here, now there's a chance for a break. They've slowed it down a little bit though. James Ward can't get the better of Barbera, who slows that down and kills off that counter-attack. As Simonelli now checks in for the ACT side. Number 11 there, Jonathan Simonelli. Now the ball with Nisbet, who's in as well, plays out to Dib. Tries to go down the line, but good support there from ACT. So just not allowing that strategy to beat them of that take on down the line. The Barbera. The Dib again, intercepted this time. Careless there from Dib. Almost giving half a chance there for a counter-attack for the ACT. That was Leon Mitchell, who's the leading goal scorer for the Boomerangs with 3 goals this tournament. They haven't been a high-scoring team, but they also haven't been conceding much on the other end. They scored.
That's the opportunity there in those switches.
But again, there they cover arriving pretty quickly. Mitchell this time on hand to help. Now to a Dib again. Quickly into play there, Barbera. Dib intercepted by Simonelli. He manages to keep the ball here, Simonelli. The referee will blow whistle though. He will win a free kick for his earlier effort. Chance for ACT just to get some possession here and try and get a foothold on the ball. As Mitchell finds Simonelli to Darwish. Pressure up high there. No foul given. Collins there to mop up, but he's given it away here. They managed to recover though through Darwish. And now a transition, a chance here. Cuts across the face of goal. It's Darwish. Is that a penalty? No penalty given. Late tackle. Seemed like didn't get the ball, but no penalty given.
As we see the replay.
Oh, yeah, I think he may have jumped over. But it's hard to tell from that angle how much, or if any contact was there. At least from my observation, I thought he may have jumped over it, but then looked to win the foul when he realised he wasn't getting the second ball. But the referees in the end thought that there wasn't sufficient contact there to warrant a penalty.
I mean, he probably felt like he was looking for the penalty. He could have just had a shot or take a touch in and all that, but there was no other intention by looking for the foul. That's probably what didn't give enough confidence to the referee.
Yeah, I think the few times now they've looked at it, I would agree with that. I don't even think there was contact at all. So 9.5 minutes to go. The stats so far, 10 shots on goal to 3 in favour of the Magic, 4 shots on target to 1. Thank you for those stats provided by Fadi Mikhail here in the commentary booth, putting in the hard yards.
Either way, fantastic effort there by Boomerangs. This is the kind of opportunities they will be looking for in this match. And they're proving dangerous here.
Handball given here, just outside the penalty area. An extra metre, and that would have been a penalty the sliding effort there from Simonelli pulled up by the referee then. It's going to be a good chance here for the Magic.
Very interesting to see a very similar handball given to Argentina, or against Argentina, given to Brazil today in the Copa America semi-final. And a very similar action that occurred in the grand final of the World Cup between Argentina and Portugal, and he wasn't given. I don't know if you remember. All very similar actions.
Quick ball forward there by Collins, looking to catch Magic out, but they managed to clean that up. Just a reminder, so referees today, Hugo Camarago is our first referee, Mary Hubick is our second referee, and our third referee is Michael Sioris.
Fantastic play, that last one by Magic, just dragging the ball to one side, dragging all the defenders and then switching the ball. And Jamie D had an open shot, unfortunately went out.
Now Simonelli and Ronaldo trying to link up there. The pass was Simonelli found Ronaldo, but his attempted pull back into the path of Simonelli was not successful. So Magic with another chance now to build an attack. Jordan Guerrero back on the ball. And he switches it out to Dib.
You can see all the Boomerangs play on one side of the court.
So ball out now to Bakopoulos. Back with Dib. Now he goes to Guerrero. Half a chance here to take on, but he just goes too wide. Comes back in this time. Jordan Guerrero lays it off. Bakopoulos shoots. Good block though. Important block there by the defender. Protecting
Fantastic
Collins
support.
in the goal there. It's James Ward with a vital block, and now it's Dib. Receives the corner to Guerrero. 2 on him there. Flicks it out, but Nisbet not able to keep it. Now it's half a loose ball collected by Collins. And Sean Burnout, who's checked back into the game, number 5. So Ronaldo there. Ball over the top from Simonelli. Only as far as Brackenrig. 6 minutes to go. Still all square as we were at the kickoff. 0-0. Bakopoulos looking for a 1-on-1 there, but well defended by the Boomerangs as they make a raft of substitutions now, try and freshen up the legs for the last third of this half. Darwich back here now. He did go off injured after that penalty appeal, but he looks all right now. High pressure here from the Magic. And it's still with the Boomerangs. But again, not really able to play their way out of that with any conviction. And now the long ball from Collins to Ronaldo. It's too long. And Brackenwood will bring it back in to Dib, and now we restart. 5 minutes to go. 0-0. Spot in the grand final against Fitzroy on the line here at Pro Futsal in Mount Evelyn. Fraser on the ball now, back in the game. The referee changed her mind there. First signalled a Boomerang's ball, but then corrected herself. So right decision there ultimately, as Dib loses out.
Boomerang's doing really well trying to keep that ball on the side and sort of caging the Magic players to one side and not allowing them to really either switch the ball or progress.
Fraser now receiving on the opposite flank. And ball on the back post, and it is the opening goal. There's the breakthrough. Fraser running in on the back post. A defence splitting pass there from Jordan Guerrero. Fantastic ball there to break through the Boomerangs defence. And Fraser with an easy finish on the back post, open goal. And Mountain Magic take the lead. Manalo will be disappointed there. He let Fraser take his back and get in on the back post to finish that. A very rare lapse from the Boomerangs defensively, but it costs them.
I mean, that's what playing low minutes does sometimes, you know. Bit of lack of concentration there. He scanned quickly and had a look, but probably underestimated the ability of that pass.
Yeah, oh, it's still a great... I mean, the pass from Guerrero was fantastic. It broke through all three lines of their defence there. It was a ball of top quality, and that takes his tally to 5 assists now as well. Just one off the lead for Jordan Guerrero, along with his tournament leading 6 goals. Probably one of the top 3 MVP candidates at this stage. As D'Souza gets the ball back, and now it's to Guerrero. So Fraser, Guerrero, great touch there by Guerrero to beat the defender, but he just wasn't able to direct his pass accurately enough to the back post run there of Purvis. But he does win actually they do bring it back for a free kick for the late challenge. And the referee there deeming that the late tackle warrants a foul, and it's going to be another chance for the Magic here as we approach the last 2 minutes of the first half in this second semi-final. Guerrero takes across the face, spills to D'Souza, shot and goal.
I think it was a foul call before.
The whistle did go before. That won't count as Guerrero's down holding his leg. He looks to be in a little bit of discomfort. Hopefully it's nothing more than just a temporary knock that let him get back up on his feet and continue this game. He's pulled up a little bit gingerly, but hopefully just one of those impacts that hurts for a short time and then allows him to continue. It'd be such a shame to see him forced out with injury at this stage after the big contributions he's had to his team so far to put him in this position on the verge of grand final qualification. Just some sloppy play there from the Boomerangs, giving the ball back to the Magic as we have a timeout here. The stats favour the Magic quite heavily. 15 shots on goal to 3, with 5 on target to 1. Good value for their 1-0 lead. But still a long way to go in this one. And it just takes a split second to get the game back on level terms. So definitely not a comfortable situation by any stretch.
I mean, I think the game is still in a good position for Boomerangs. It's only 1-0. Magic are working very hard really to create chances, and there's no foul really. So I mean, they've been in this position before. They've been down in the score, and they managed to turn it around. I think it was against Moreland, where they started down in the score. Then they managed to make a comeback. So by any means, it's finished. I think as long as the score remains close, still in the plans for Boomerangs.
Yep. And they also found themselves down against Hakoah before coming back and drawing that match. So they have shown a great deal of resilience and fight, and you really can't count them out at all, as long as this game is in the balance as it is. I feel like they'll still have some opportunities over the course of the rest of this match. It's going to be a matter of whether they can, capitalise on the opportunities that get presented to them. as the ball across the back post is intercepted. And now it's back with the Boomerangs as they look to attack here. Good little cut inside there. Shot comes in. Good shot. But just wide of the post there. And that's what we're just talking about. They will get some of those looks a goal. It was good play there, though, from Sorensen. Cutting inside on the left and firing the shot wide. But a warning sign for Magic. Now Purvis on the ball. Dib. D'Souza. Fraser is looking to control the clock here. Run out the half. Keep the ball and take the lead into half time as this ball from Fraser to D'Souza is picked. And now there's a chance on the break here. Good recovery there, though, Purvis. And now it's a chance here on the other end. Opportunity, great save, though, Collins out early to close the angle and not allow Purvis to beat him.
And this is the kind of things Boomerang's probably going to try to do more in the second half. Just make it more a transitional game.
Good work there again by Collins to intervene there. A long diagonal ball there is the last action of the first half. It is Mountain Magic ahead 1-0, courtesy of Fraser, assist from Guerrero, and as it stands, they are heading towards the grand final. However, we have a whole half to play, and we'll be back with you shortly after this break.
Así fue que lo imaginé. Eres la magia que soñé. De un mal sueño desperté y aquí te tengo. No quiero dejarte de mirar. Para convencerme que eres real. Apenas a conocer. I gotta find you somehow. Let's go play, go in the fast lane. Spending never gone crazy right mind. Let's go play, go in the fast lane. Spending never
Welcome back for the second half. Thank you for joining us live from Pro Futsal in Mount Evelyn, the second semi-final, Mountain Magic against the Boomerangs. Mountain Magic ahead, courtesy of Fraser. He scores the only goal so far, and he is on the ball now. He finds D'Souza. And it's with Dib. Still no sign of Jordan Guerrero, who went off injured towards the end of the first half. Not sure what his status is, but we're hoping to see him back out. It's been such a live wire play this tournament, and you always want to see the best out there. So 22 minutes for either team to book their spot in the grand final later this afternoon, 4 p.m. local time in Melbourne. Fitzroy Tigers have already qualified, courtesy of their earlier win against Hakoah. And one of these two teams will be facing them for the ultimate prize. As a foul is called there on James Wood. Does well there to give his team an opportunity to set up on this set play. As he plays it short to Burn, so they don't really look to create a shooting chance from it. Just happy to keep possession, establish some control early in this half, which they didn't have too much of in the first half, Nesta.
Absolutely. I mean, it was great play there.
D'Souza is through a goal. Oh, Collins, again, great work by Collins. Comes out, closes the angles. Now the corner taken, and Dib on the volley there from the chip ball by D'Souza, but just wide off the post. And Sean Byrne now on the ball to restart proceedings for the Boomerangs as Simonelli gets an early touch. Now it's with James Ward. Split, manages to get that ball across to Ronaldo, but his touch lets him down. Our referees in this game, the main referee there, Hugo Camarago. On the opposite sideline, Mary Hubeek, and the third referee, Michael Sioris.
Referee's been good so far.
I think the standard's been excellent. There's a great ball there for Fraser. Tries to find D'Souza on the back post, but an important intervention there from Ronaldo. Now D'Souza to Fraser. Just not enough space there to navigate that. And so Collins will get an opportunity to start another Boomerangs attack. So he just hands the ball off to James Ward. And now Simonelli gets outnumbered pretty quickly there. So Magic quick to close on that. And now the set piece there comes through for Byrne. Gets a touch on it. An ensuing volley by Simonelli over the bar. We had a positive start for the Boomerangs here.
Absolutely. I mean, they try to put a bit more pressure in defense, try to win more balls, and I think that's something they will need to do if they want to have a chance to come back into this game. Certainly not conceding. Another goal will be very difficult for them to overcome.
They haven't been a high-scoring team, just the 5 goals so far, but they've only conceded the 5 as well. It is their 5th match now. So they're keeping it tight as often as they can. There's a good ball across there. Well dealt with by Magic in the end, though. But another half chance there for the Boomerangs. And now they're able to press quickly and force the turnover and get the ball back. It's Simonelli with it. Byrne flanking him one side. He gets the ball, tries to take on down the line. He beats Guerrero. But no, the referee says the ball did cross the line. And Jordan Guerrero is back in the game. Good to see. He did go off with a lower leg injury. Hobbled off, but he seems to be okay. So good news for Magic and Magic fans.
6 minutes gone in this second half. And both teams are happy to... Oh, here is a good transition.
Chance there by Ronaldo, but he's shot wide of the post. I think he took a touch though for a corner. Obviously, being a semi-final, there is extra time should we need it, and penalties. But still a little way away from that. 16 minutes left here with a Magic in front by a solitary goal. Scored in the first half by Aaron Fraser. We made a good back post run to finish off a wonderful defence splitting pass from Jordan Guerrero. As Simonelli now takes the corner. James Ward, his shot's blocked by Chris Barbera. It's going to be another side ball though for the Boomerangs, as they search for an equaliser. Mitchell now their leading goal scorer with 3 goals this tournament. Simonelli, ball down the line to Ronaldo. Flashes a shot. Easily collected though. Now ball in dispute here. It's Simonelli. Well won there by Dib. Nisbet recovers the loose ball, and now a chance for Magic to start an attack as they spread quickly now. Try to stretch the court. Stretch this compact Boomerangs defence. Barbera cuts inside, does well there, opens up a bit of space. Guerrero, ball on the back post by Guerrero. Finds Nisbet, who's 1-on-1 with Collins, but Collins makes an excellent save for the goalkeeper of the tournament so far, Ashley Collins.
Another good
opportunity here though. Fantastic work there. Perryman was out very quickly to smother that transition. Darwich on the ball, pressed quickly by Dib. They managed to play it out. Ball down the line. Magic retreat quickly though. Chance here. Ball attempted pass across face of goal though, doesn't trouble anyone. Eight minutes gone in the second half, sorry. Still a Magic lead by the solitary goal. Winner, of course, onto the grand final. And just a very loose pass there from Sorensen. Guerrero now on the ball, finds the support and short target, gets it back from Nisbet. The ACT managed to recover and intercept that ball and prevent any additional attack on their goal for the time being. As Guerrero again finds that short target, and now it's a good little touch across, cuts it back, and there it is, the second goal. A wonderful team goal there, quick passing, quick movement. 1-2 touch. All started with a ball from Guerrero into the short target. It was flicked out wide to Dib, who cut it back nicely to Nisbet. And Nisbet finished. Collins was beaten. And a timeout taken now by the Boomerangs with 12 minutes 39 to go. And they need 2 goals now to get themselves back into this match. As we look at that goal again from Nisbet. And the assist from Dib. But wonderful team goal. And Mountain Magic are now on the verge of a grand final appearance and a rematch against Fitzroy, which was the opening game of Group B that the Magic prevailed by 3-1.
I mean, what a fantastic performance in the second half. Just looks like Magic has worked this game out. They understand the setup of boomerangs, and they have dragged the players out of position, play that back post quickly, and it's working 2 occasions. So well done to them. Now boomerangs will really need to dig deep and try to get a goal back probably in the next 5 minutes. They certainly, they certainly have the ability to do it. We've seen it in the past. Now the question is, do they have the physical conditioning to do it? You know, they play long minutes. They don't have a lot of subs, so we'll have to see that.
It's going to be very difficult for them. Obviously, there is still time on the clock, and we suspect that they will eventually revert to a 5th man setup towards the end if they're still looking for the extra goals. Here's a chance here though. Shot there from Darwich, easily collected by Brad Perryman. Comfortable save for him in the end, and now Guerrero takes over to Bakopoulos. The ball over to Guerrero. That's a very nice ball there by Nisbet. Guerrero with a good first touch. Tries to find it back on the back post. And now a chance for the Boomerangs to break on the counter-attack. Ball slightly behind Darwich. Misses Michelle then. The chance for transition's gone, but they will keep possession here. As Darwich looking for the back post runner in Mitchell, but a good block there by Bakopoulos. They made a few changes here just to freshen up the Mountain Magic. Purvis back on as well. As a shot comes in, spilled by Perryman, but only as far as Guerrero, and he now keep possession for the Magic. As he directs his troops to get up the court, progress the ball into the opposition half, and they do that now. And
so Magic doing very well. They try to get a player inside that diamond that Boomerangs are trying to form in defense. Try to have a player cross wide, and in that way stretch them out and potentially get an opportunity. Like there's always that play in the middle now, which I think is very smart by them. In the center of that diamond, I'd rather say.
Corner here for the Magic. Recovered by Purvis as the ball escaped everyone. Now a chance to rebuild again. Guerrero now on the ball. Looks for the left foot shot. Good shot. A relatively straightforward save from Collins from that range. I think very hard to beat a keeper of his quality from almost 20 metres out. As Guerrero now beats one defender. Nice little left to Bakopoulos. And there is almost the 3rd goal, but Collins somehow gets a touch to it. Keeps it out, but that was a nicely worked play there from the Magic.
Magic getting more and more confident now. They feel their strategy is working well. So,
and I think that's translating into their stats as well. 24 shots to 10, 12 on target to 4. So they've had definitely the better of the chances as Guerrero gives away a foul there on Manolo.
Two fouls to 1 at the moment. 2 to Magic, 1 for Boomerangs.
Darwich on the ball. Manages to find Mitchell, who takes a shot, takes a deflection. And just wide. I think it took a deflection of a Magic defender though, so will be a corner.
We haven't seen much about Bera in this second half. I wonder if he's carrying an injury.
Anic on now to play a few minutes in his target role for the Magic. Haven't seen him yet this game. It might even just be a case of trying to rotate through the squad and wanting to, still keep play as fresh as possible. But obviously they still have the confidence in their whole team to go out here and do the job and close the game out. So maybe a bit of man management. And they win a corner here, which Anic will take. Leaves it to Guerrero. And now it's back with Fraser, one of the goal scorers. Herb is trying to find Anic for that first time pass, but too close to Perryman, and now Ronaldo will get a chance to start things again for the Boomerangs, but they just seem to be running out of ideas against a well set up defense. I feel like their best opportunities so far this game have come from a transition. They haven't really had much success in breaking down the Magic when they've been set behind the ball.
Oh, it should be a foul there. He's
And it is,
pushing
yep.
the player.
3 fouls now committed by the Magic. And 1 given away by the Boomerangs this half. Junior here, good block by Anic, and now he will quickly sub. Good little ball there, a chance, half chance for Ronaldo. He gets a sided goal, but he drags his shot wide off the left-hand post.
Jamie did not happy with himself for allowing that ball through his legs.
D'Souza now, good play, died. D'Souza gets through one with a nutmeg, but Colin Smothers. Chance for break now for the Boomerangs. This is their best chance they can create from, is on that transition where they can stretch the Magic. They need to try and get themselves into more situations where they can force those counterattacks to open things up and get in on goal. As Barbera prepares to come on. So it seems like he's okay, but maybe just a case of managing minutes.
Someone is injured in the background. For what I saw, he might have twisted his ankle. Not sure who is it. Might be Fraser.
Looks like Fraser from here. We'll have confirmation of that shortly.
And that is bad news for Magic. Hopefully he's okay.
Barbera will replace him. So Jordan Guerrero off for a break as well, their talisman.
Obviously the staff from Life Ready will be attending him. One of the partners of the AFCC.
Ball over the top there by Dib. Straight to the arms of Collins.
Ball given away right away.
And that's something that they haven't really managed to do this game. The Boomerangs is have a sustained period of control where they dictate the tempo in possession. The best chance have come from situations like this, but Perryman does very well there to read the danger early and not allow, I think, Manalo there.
I mean, we've spoken about tactical discipline by Boomerangs, but we also got to give credit to Magic. They've been very disciplined in their performances as well. So,
and they have been missing Anthony Haddad today, one of their key players, who won't be with them for the rest of this tournament, including the final.
I believe he had an event to attend, very important event, which he was unable to continue this tournament. Big miss for Magic.
Good work there defensively by Jamie Dibb just to usher that ball out. Perryman will restart. Guerrero back in now for the last 4 minutes as Magic look to close this game out and book their ticket to the grand final against Fitzroy. Jamie Dibb with a back post ball. He thought Guerrero was going to continue his run, but Guerrero checked into the middle there. Just not quite on the same page.
Big ask to get to that back post after playing that many minutes, being 2-0 up.
James Ward now with a shot blocked by Dib. It's with Simonelli now, Burn, but Guerrero right there to block that.
Really, Magic just need to try to set up the defense tightly, make sure they don't concede anything cheap, and when they have the ball, try to keep it as much as possible. Don't take any risk. Let's see if Boomerangs will bring the fifth man.
But I feel like, I mean, with just 2.5 minutes to go, they try whatever they can. I mean, whether you lose 2-0 or 3-0, really irrelevant at this stage.
And with this result, we'll have a Group B grand final, despite all the talks being or putting Group A as the
Group
clear
B.
favorites. So that just shows again that nothing is written in futsal. So
Well, and probably on the balance of it, looking on it, I mean, obviously they've both done very well to reach this stage and have had to beat the other Group A teams to get to here. So
absolutely, some would argue that they had the easier group and those kind of things, but it's certainly been a great tournament for Fitzroy and Mountain Magic. Fully deserved to be in the grand final.
and
As
here's a
mentioned
chance.
earlier in our transmissions, it's great for futsal to have these kind of tournaments, players and teams competing at this level. Certainly that something that was missed the last few years, and we need this kind of competition for the sport to progress. I know some players and teams and players put a lot of time and effort into training and competing at a local level, but that is just not enough. We need more higher competition on a regular basis.
Just had an update regarding one of the Magic players who went off injured, Aaron Fraser. So it is an apparent ankle injury. He won't obviously return for this game, but his status for the final is in doubt at the moment. We shall see though. He did get the opening goal to set Magic on their way.
It'll be a big loss to our already short Mountain Magic. I mean, they have only 3 subs without Fraser, 4 now. So 4 subs without Fraser. A couple of them being youth players. So they'll have to dig deep.
Chance for Darwich taken on down the line, but 2 players across to cover there. So last minute obviously as well, stop clock time as we approach that, and Dib now wins that. Anich does well, hold it up, play it back to Barbera. Gets a
Last minute, brilliantly stolen by Barbera. Should be a goal. Oh, and he should have passed it to the back post. Maybe he wanted to get his goal. Can't blame him from that. Brilliant performance by Magic. First half was a bit frustrating for them. They couldn't really get through that Boomerang's defense in the first 10 minutes. But they made some good adjustments and that proved the quality, really.
Yeah, definitely. They've been the better team this match for sure. they've had the better of the chances. They've had more control of the game. And ultimately are going to book their spot in the final.
And in saying that, they're very similar to Fitzroy. They made the adjustments they had to make to suit the opponents, and that's the importance of strategy in futsal.
Chance there, Darwich making a darting run, but his effort off target. It's probably that. I think there's not enough time now to grab a couple of goals as Dib finds Nisbet.
Nevertheless, fantastic performance for Boomerangs coming into this tournament with a young team, a few players missing, 4 or 5 I believe. Their head coach was also missing due to some COVID related issues, and still were able to get through the group stages and pushed for the grand final. So congratulations to them.
And there is the
Magic as
final
well.
whistle. So confirmed, Mountain Magic are into the grand final. They will take on Fitzroy, 4 p.m. local time in Melbourne. It's going to be live on Facebook like it has been all tournament. So we're going to take a break for now. We'll be back in 1 hour with the 22 AFCC grand final. But before that, we will leave you with an interview, a player interview on the court before this next intermission.
Todo el miedo atrás, contigo quiero hasta el final. Ya nada me va a hacer dudar y salir corriendo. No quiero dejarte escapar. No puedo creer que seas real. Acabaste con mi soledad. Y en tus brazos hoy me encuentro.
We're feeling very well. Looking good for the final. I think we'll give it to Fitzroy. We had them in the group, played well, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, congratulations on making it on the grand final. How's the squad looking ahead of the game?
It's good. Shout out to Anthony Haddad. Unfortunately, couldn't be here. A big player in our team, but got the likes of like Jamie Dibb and everything, so looking good.
Well, you guys have a very good rest. I'll see you guys again in the grand final, yeah? All the best, mate.
You too.